Hello, everybody. Guess what? I am back, and it's another Let's Play. Woo! But this time, it's another voiceover. This time, it's a voiceover slash podcast type of thing in Star Wars: The Force Unleashed Part 2. So, look, before I get into the topics for today, let me just tell you about this game because, I already played it, and this is a clip from my second playthrough. I'm looking for some collectibles and getting achievements and whatnot. This game it's alright. It's a slasher, not a slasher, it's like a beat 'em up, lightsaber, throw, lightning type of game that has a neat story, about Darth Vader's secret apprentice. It was released several years ago before Disney bought Lucasfilm. And during this time in the Star Wars canon, it was the Wild West, really. Anything goes. Anything was going on with stories that people were publishing, and just Star Wars, Lucasfilm, just letting their license go free, kind of like Marvel. But anyhow, it's okay, really. I got bored in a lot of parts of the levels. There's some backtracking through levels, which is no big deal. You're super powerful, so you can easily zap your enemies, as you can see me do in these clips. And sometimes that takes away from some of the fun since you're super overpowered, I didn't like a lot of the platforming bits, but that's only because I'm terrible at platforming. And it made the last boss battle against Darth Vader, spoiler alert, you fight against Darth Vader at the very end. It made it take forever because I would fall off a platform trying to reach him and hit him with the lightsaber. Overall, it's alright. Parents, if you have kids and you want to give them something to do that's repetitive, then give them this game, that is to say, if you're a parent who has no idea about video games and you've already got your kid calloused and desensitized to violence by letting them play hyper-violent shooters, then this game should be a walk in the park, and I say this, as you can see from some of these clips, there are some stormtroopers getting set on fire, or limbs getting chopped off like that, but like I said, if your kid doesn't mind because of your lax nature with video game ratings, then go for it, whatever. Alright, anyhow, first topic for today, some follow-up from last week's biggest presidential story. James Comey was fired. Acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe is currently in charge, and he says they won't stop the Russia influence investigation. So there you go. That same guy, Andrew McCabe, also said that the FBI as a whole had not lost confidence in James Comey as a director. In a testimony meeting with Congress on last Thursday, Andrew McCabe answered questions asked by Senator Kamala Harris, and pretty much he said, "I don't believe there is a crisis of confidence in the leadership of the FBI." So some reports afterwards gave that impression that the FBI agents hated Comey, but acting director McCabe says that this isn't the case. Whatever it is, the situation still looks awful. This is like your girlfriend asking to see your phone texts and you break up with her right then and there and run away to chase the ice cream man. Don't ask me why I'm chasing the ice cream man, and because this is my crappy joke and my dream is to chase the ice cream man, so shut up. And speaking of shutting up, Melissa McCarthy was on Saturday Night Live again this past weekend and reprised her role as press secretary Sean Spicer out of the bushes. I remember seeing that clip and it was super hilarious, but the ending was super weird too, so yeah, watch it if you want and get weirded out, I guess. Yeah, that's a thing. In world news, France elected a new president that wasn't the crazy option. Emmanuel Macron was elected, and that's it, really. That's all I have to say. I could say more, but the news that I googled was in French, and I don't understand it. Google Translate worked, but Macron won, so that's all that's relevant to me right now. So yeah. Next, this news, this news is a big deal, at least for me. Attorney General Jeff Sessions, aka Kate McKinnon, playing Forrest Gump, has given authority to federal prosecutors to give stricter sentences. And I mean way strict, okay? Jeff Sessions, in a press hearing, said that I have empowered our prosecutors to charge and pursue the most serious offense, which means for drug cases, by default, the harshest possible jail sentence will be given. This new instruction is to do away with the Obama, Eric Holder era rules, where individual prosecutors could be lenient on drug law offenders if these individuals didn't fit with the description of a hardened drug criminal. For example, leniency was being given on those guys who worked in an office and they got caught up on buying pain pills and got caught by the police, so that they wouldn't have, their lives ruined with a 25 to life sentence. They're not violent drug lords, just people with addictions who need help. I mean, how many of you know someone like that, who's affected by drug addictions? But now the new order will do away with that and bring back those super harsh sentences by taking authority away from federal prosecutors if they want to be lenient on individual cases. And you can see why this is a big deal, because people get caught up in drug addictions and they aren't violent, nor are they crazy criminals like the media loves to portray. This is only going to further fuel the corrupt prison system that's run like a business that thrives on numbers, slavery, and partisan politics. Okay, this war on drugs is a joke, and Jeff Sessions is only going to continue the policy of locking everyone up for low-level drug offenses in an effort to stop organized crime. And I have a little quote from former Attorney General Eric Holder here, where he gave a comment on the new policy, and I just want to read this snippet to show that there is still some hope to prevent these shenanigans from going rampant. Okay, it reads, "This absurd reversal is driven by voices who have not only been discredited, but until now have been relegated to the fringes of this debate. Congress can reverse these actions by enacting the criminal justice reform measures that were being considered as late as last year. And that had the support of Republicans and Democrats, conservatives and progressives. It should do so and ensure that criminal justice policy is designed for the 21st century realities and not beholden to a failed 20th century ideology." So there you have it. And please, if you haven't done so for any reason, call your congressmen, congresswomen, senators, state legislators for stuff that you care about. An email won't cut it. Okay, let's be real. A phone call is literally the biggest thing that you can do at home. Okay, a phone call is the same as 1,000 emails. All right, so that's what it is. Oh, and another thing about this game. Sorry, before I move on to my last topic. Another thing about this game, what I'm seeing right now, I just got done facing all these like little spider droid things, these little bug-like droids that were crawling all over me. And one of the, I guess, abilities that you have is force repulse, where you just like curl up into a ball and you push everything away and you just blow everything up. That's a little bit OP, to be honest. I never played the first game. So when they told me about doing that in this game, I'm just like, all right, I can do that anytime, I guess. But I never upgraded that power up, because I just never use it. I use force lightning, to be honest, because I just think that's pretty cool. You just zap everyone, and that's how I just beat a lot of levels. I would just zap everything, even those super ATST walkers and the AT whatever walkers that would shoot missiles. I would try to zap them, But yeah, it's whatever. So anyhow, just to wrap things up, I want to talk to you guys about dating and relationships for a minute. Actually, it's longer than a minute, so hold on to your butts. Okay. So I was reflecting on my past dating life after seeing so many of my friends get engaged and or married, and since marriage season is starting again this year, I just wanted to share my thoughts, at least on dating, in this first of potentially many parts about courtship. I have a friend who says I should write a book about dating and relationships, and maybe I have some power and authority when I talk about this topic, which is what I want to present first. I was a missionary for my church in Chile from 2013 to 2015. I came back from my missionary service with one goal above all: to get married and to be a dad. So I consider my experience in dating to begin really in spring 2015. Before, I was just a punk kid who maybe had an idea of what he wanted, but kind of slept around or dated girls just for the sake of physical intimacy or having a companion, you know. I was dumb, you know, selfish, impatient, not compassionate, not diligent, super prideful, and I'm not saying I'm perfect now, but I mean, I've come a long way, okay? Now, however, I have a goal, and I have plans to reach my goals. These goals have influence on my daily activities and other life goals. You know, and in this process, in these short 2 years, I've dated many girls and have been in several relationships. And a common theme for my breakups have been the girl chose someone else over me. You know, along with other individual things in each individual case. But whether it's been I dated a guy before you and I want to get back with him, or I want to date this guy so I don't want to get your hopes up about us. You know, whatever it's been, it's a common theme for me in my experience, okay? And you know, it doesn't matter now, okay? Absolutely does not matter now. Those are things that happened in the past, and I can't let that slow me down. I can't let all those dead-end date nights or rejections stop me from reaching my goal. And that's not to say I'm solely focused on numbers and I want to have kids for the sake of having kids and for the sake of just being like, all right, I just, you know, check mark the box in my life goals, you know. I really want that experience of falling in love and finding my companion. You know, I want to find the mother of my children. I want to find my wife, you know, a person that I'm going to love forever. So, you know, with 2 years of really trying and not having things work out just yet, I want to leave you with, you know, my first bit of counsel. Okay, number 1, set goals. Why do you want to date? Why do you want to have a girlfriend or boyfriend? You know, why do you want to get married? Why do you like this boy or this girl? You know, if you're serious, and these are questions that you should ask yourself that will help you focus on attributes that you want. Attributes that you want to find in a potential companion. You know, set a goal. Do you want to go on a few dates in a month? Do you want to be in a relationship by the end of the year? What do you really want? You know, my goal is to be, for me personally, my goal is to be in a relationship by the end of the year, and I am currently not in one. So what do I do? Step 2, you make plans. You know, after you ask yourself, what do you want? And after you set your goal, you make a plan. What are you going to do? You know, my plan, for example, my plan is to talk to as many girls as I can and at least have 2 dates in the month. You know, that's the plan. Where do I find girls? Well, for me, I go to events or activities within my church congregation or other congregations that have young women my age, and I talk to people. I make friends, you know, somebody presents me to someone. Whatever happens, I just know that I should talk to people. If I see someone that I think could be interesting, I'll ask them out. You know, it takes initiative, and I'm old school in the way of planning everything out myself for the date. You know, so that's how it goes sometimes. I mean, sometimes, you know, success in this case isn't measured by how many dates you go on, but rather how many times you ask people out. Just trying your best, you know, because it's, you know, times like these, you can't beat yourself up. You can't be too hard on yourself if things aren't working out. You know, so what are you going to do? Is there a boy or a girl out there that you like? Are you in a relationship and fear that things are stale? Are you stuck in a rut? You know, set a goal, make a plan, do something. You know, I can't stress that enough. I have to emphasize it every time, you know, I talk to friends or somebody asks me something or people open up. I just say, you know what, do something, okay? One thing I do not regret is having tried. I do not regret getting my heart broken because I have grown and matured along the way. And I consider myself a better lover now than the dumb, selfish kid that I was many years ago. You know, so there you have it. Once again, set goals and make plans. And that's relationship, dating and relationship, part 1. or maybe the pre. This is maybe part 0, because who knows? Maybe I can make this into a separate format and just take this on across the country. I'll go on the road with this, you know, sharing what I've learned in these very few 2 short years, which isn't a lot, which is probably nothing. I mean, to be honest, I mean, come on. But yeah, so I'll end the video here. You know, please make sure to click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. This is again a little quick review of the Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. It was okay. It was alright. I mean, you know, I just, in the end, in my second playthrough, I'm just zapping through everything, looking for collectibles, hunting for achievements, you know, and it's okay. It was okay. It got me through maybe a few hours. It'll probably get me through another few hours. I don't like the challenges though. The challenges are super hard, and because I suck, I just can't do it. So, you know, I just avoid it. Not necessarily because I mean, it's mainly influenced because I suck, but part of it is also because sometimes the controls aren't necessarily that great, and so I have a hard time maybe landing some combos or maybe deflecting some missiles in the way the game would expect you to, because again of the controls. You know, they're not that great, at least in this version that I downloaded. This is a ported version that I downloaded over Xbox Live for Xbox One. So take that as you will. It's whatever. I mean, you know. But like I said before, please remember to click like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Please support me on Patreon. I'll have all the links down below. You know, cool incentives. You know, I'll talk to you guys one-on-one, and we'll be able to share and discuss the things that interest us the most. Talk about our goals, talk about our plans. I like to talk about goals and plans, setting plans. You know, it's, for me, I'm kind of a big nerd when it comes like that, and so I kind of like doing that stuff, setting plans and trying things out. And you know, things don't work out, but that's okay. Doesn't mean you should stop trying. It means you gotta keep going. That's what it's all about. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later, and just have a great day. Bye.